What's up, dude? Shout out the Goobers, Nolan Fincher, Sheesh, Bray Thompson, Quinn Murphy, HTL, and Made ZO2. If you want a shout out like this, priority replies to your comments and is saying what videos I make, you can hit the join button. I've also got a more budget friendly option where you can still help shape the channel's content. Your support means everything. Thank you. Hope you enjoy the video. Last year, France blessed us with a generational talent, an electrifying wing with extraordinary defensive prowess and the potential to dominate as a shot creator and playmaker. No, I'm not talking about Wemby. I'm talking about his old teammate Bilal Coulibaly. With the 7th pick of the 2023 draft, the Indiana Pacers selected Bilal Coulibaly, aka B Cool, a 6'8" wing with a freakish 7'+ wingspan. But then they made a grave mistake. They decided to trade him to Washington in exchange for Jarris Walker and 2 future second-round picks. No disrespect to Jarris Walker, he had a sick dunk recently and he can sling that fucker from deep, but in terms of production, let's just say Bilal's out there cracking cheeks crazy style while Jarris can barely unhook a bra. If you aren't picking up what I'm putting down, what I mean is Bilal's special. Not riding the short bus special, rather he has potential to be one of the best two-way wings we've ever seen. Think Jimmy Butler or Kawhi Leonard. Those are 2 huge pairs of shoes to fill, but let me explain. At just 20 years old, Coulibaly's D is already among the NBA's finest. Pause. It's comparable to some of the league's most talented lockdown defenders. Homie's very lengthy, but it's not just about that, it's about how he uses it. It's about the motion of the ocean. The lateral quickness he's got is elite. It allows him to stay glued to his man even against the quick little shits. Dude has through the stratosphere potential as a point of attack defender. His blend of physical tools, sharp instincts, and sound technique make him a nightmare for ball handlers and a wet dream for his coach. Instead of just reacting to his opponent's moves, he foresees them like Doctor Strange, then dictates where the poor soul can and can't go as if he was his daddy. With arms that seem to go on forever and hands that never stop moving, he's a one-on-one nightmare, relentlessly harassing opponents, poking at the ball, and ripping apart offensive schemes like they called his mom fat. He's also adept at navigating through screens, rarely ever getting caught or lagging too far behind. But when he does fall a step behind, his agility helps him recover quickly and stay glued to his assignment. God forbid opponents underestimate his D, they often regret it. Coulibaly's one of the rare perimeter defenders who can turn getting beat into a block, using his length, timing, and speed to humiliate fools. With more experience, he has all the tools to develop into one of the league's most elite perimeter defenders, capable of shutting down even the best scorers. Offensively, Bilal's sushi, raw, but what he's shown so far has made blood rush to my dinger. Let's start with his finishing at the rim. Through his first 25 games, he shot an absurd 77% at the basket. That's not just good for a rookie, that's flat out elite. What makes him such a great finisher is how he combines his athleticism with skill. He can yam that hoe, but he also knows how to finish with finesse, whether it's using his length to stretch around defenders or fancy footwork to snake his way through the trees. Bilal has shown he's not afraid to dance in the forest. And because he's so explosive and adept at attacking angles, defenders often get left in the dust. So far this season, he's been cooking up with the ball in his hands, especially in the pick and roll, creating tons of good looks for himself, but not only can he get his own shot, he's shown he can create for his teammates too. As of right now, he has nearly 100 assists and 50-ish turnovers. One of the main culprits behind these turnovers is his habit of leaving his feet without a clear plan, which can lead to some what the fuck was that moments. But here's the silver lining. More often than not, he's making the right reads. When he manages to avoid coughing it up, his vision is impressive, finding open shooters or dropping dimes to bigs down low like he owes them money. Washington would be wise to put the ball in his hands more as he develops, because his ability to see the floor and create for others could become a serious weapon. The big question is his jumper. It's pretty shaky right now. His release looks like it's in slow motion and his percentages are dog water. But here's the thing, it can be worked on. He doesn't have mechanics that require a complete rebuild. It's just a matter of speeding it up and improving his confidence. Many times this season his defender has given him space to shoot, but he hesitates and opts to drive. If he could turn his three-point shot into a respectable weapon, it's over for the league. Defenders already have a hard enough time stopping him when he barrels into the paint. Imagine if they also had to worry about him pulling it. Take a look at what he did to my Hawks a couple months ago. 27 points on 11 for 14 shooting, 9 boards, 3 steals, and a nice recovery block on Trey. That night I had nightmares about him. The dude looked like DeAndre Jordan out there putting back missed shot after missed shot and throwing that fucker down with no regard for the rim. Sure, Trey had 35 and 15 with Bilal as his main defender, but hey, at least he tried. He hounded Trey all game, contested every look, and made sure those points didn't come easy. Plus, the Wizards came out with the dub, so it didn't even matter. In Bilal Coulibaly, the Wizards have a raw but electrifying talent with the potential to dominate on both ends of the floor. His defensive instincts, length, and athleticism already make him a menace at just 20 years old. And his offensive flashes, elite finishing, playmaking vision, and pick and roll potential could make a grown man blush. Sure, his jumper needs work, but with time and development, there's no ceiling for what he can achieve. He's the kind of player that can take Washington from being trash to something special. Speaking of trash, Portland is, but once upon a time they were pretty good. You can click here to watch the video I made on him. Thanks for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed. Bye, dude.